Welcome back to the Nuggets of Gold podcast and YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be talking about Tavon Wilson and really, I guess, this battle between him and Clinton-Dix for this strong safety role. Now, was signed very, very recently. Former first-round pick, ton of talent. Tavon Wilson has been in the league for a very long time. He's played with the Patriots and the Lions. Those are like where he's most known for. But I do expect Tavon Wilson to start week 1. I don't know where you're at, Aiden. I think it would be pretty tough for who just came in late last week, to kind of take over that spot. And Tavon Wilson also looked pretty good in the week 1 of the preseason game. We've seen that he's a very sure tackler. And I don't know if you knew this, Aiden, but he's basically started every single position in the secondary. And he's played linebacker in the NFL. In college, he played nickel. He played safety. In the NFL, he's played box safety, free safety, and I said linebacker as well, which is, a little bit unusual for a guy who's playing nickel corner and free safety. But he was pretty solid actually at linebacker when he played. He's a guy that is a very sure tackler, and not early on, but like in camp before Jaquiski Tartt was injured, because that's why these guys are competing for the strong safety spot. It was actually kind of reported that Tavon Wilson could potentially be the starter, just based on his how he was performing alone, which is really unusual for a guy like Jaquiski Tartt, who they very clearly brought back to be the starting strong safety. It seemed that Tavon Wilson was a great fit and a guy that, very, like I said, very sure tackler. He's not going to be like some super flashy player, but he does his job at the strong safety position, and they may have even liked him a little bit more than Tartt coming out. So I do expect him to be the starter. But where are you at on this I guess training camp battle, Aiden?
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. I expect Tavon Wilson to start week 1. I'd be shocked if comes out and wins the job, but if he ends up doing that, that means that he is better than a lot of other teams are looking at him for. I mean, this guy's a former Pro Bowler, went to Alabama, was really good for a few years with the Packers. I was surprised that he wasn't signed. But yeah, I mean, I think he signed with the 49ers with the expectation that he might be able to win this job and be a part of a defense that we both think is going to be very successful this year. I think for him, he's probably 70% to make the roster, 10% to start, 20% to not make the final roster. I think at the I think the most likely scenario is he's on the roster until Tartt comes back. I feel like they're almost carrying Hufanga as a free safety at this point, which is interesting. You would have thought he may have slid into that backup safety role, but I think can do a bunch of different things. Same as Tavon Wilson, same as Hufanga, same as Jimmy Ward, same as Tartt. I think that they like versatility back there. This is a guy who brings more of that, and he's got a really fun name. So excited to see him make some plays. And hopefully he can be a good addition. Him and I think Michael Kendricks just got signed this morning. 2 veteran guys who, at the very least, can bring some leadership for a couple days.
Yeah, both him and Michael Kendricks have also had a lot of success in the NFL as well. And just on really quick, he was a very good player for a while in the Packers. Definitely has the athleticism to be I think he's more suited for like that strong safety role because he is a very athletic player. I don't know if he exactly had the instincts for a free safety. That was just kind of like what when I had watched him. That's how I kind of felt. But he's a guy like you said, like he's very versatile. At the very least, if you have to throw him in at free safety, it's not like it's going to be the end of the world. He's a solid safety. It's not like it's going to look like a certain game last year against the Dolphins. But he's a guy that he might not be a starter anymore in the NFL. But he's definitely an NFL like rosterable player. The Bears in 2019 had him, didn't bring him back. A little bit surprising. He did not play last year. I don't know how much of that was related to COVID, but I definitely think that he could be and you brought up Hufanga's playing kind of behind that free safety spot. I wouldn't be surprised at all if he ends up backing up both the free safety spot and the strong safety spot, and he's just kind of like that depth piece behind Jimmy Ward and Tavon Wilson until Jaquiski Tartt gets back. But that's kind of where I'm at on him. I'm expecting him to make the roster. I think your 70, 10, 20% breakdown of like where he'll be is pretty accurate. But anything else you want to add on these 2 guys?
No, I'm excited to see them battle that out, and may the best safety win the job.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for today's segment and today's podcast episode as well. So thank you all for listening, and we'll be back tomorrow.